All right, what's up, guys? Today I'm playing against Volts Chess, and I keep getting white every single time we play this series. I don't know what it is. I keep doing random, and I keep getting white. Um, but Volts Chess is recording at the same time that I'm recording. He's rated 1569, and we're gonna see how he's thinking, how I'm thinking. You're gonna get to see back and forth the thought process.
Cool. So I'm playing as black. He did ask me if I wanted to be white or black, but I said I don't mind. Probably should have asked for white. Because with okay. Okay, cool. I don't mind this.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play the Ponziani. This is what I've been playing recently. I used to play Bishop C4 a lot, but recently, like I said, I've been doing the Ponziani. So we'll see if he studied this at all. There are really two responses here that are considered good. D5 and Knight F6 are both totally fine. So we'll see what Volts Chess is going to play.
Okay, I think I've seen this a few times. I think I play D5 here, or that's the line. No, I don't. Why would I play that? It just takes. Okay, we're about 3 moves in, and I don't know how to respond. So I can't get a knight out. He's probably going to play this. Hang in this. He won't. I don't know what's going on. This, then this. Usually play this to play this. So I don't know if he's going to wait to play that, but I think the only sensible move here is just get my other knight out. You can't be attacked just yet either, or be pinned, so it just makes sense.
All right, so he does play knight to f6, which is one of the main moves, and we're going to play d4. The idea here is that we don't really care about this pawn, because if he takes it, we're going to push forward, chase this knight away, and we're able to recapture our, the e-pawn. So it's actually just a trade. We don't really lose a pawn in that situation. It is a playable move, though, and that's totally fine. And he could also take here. Both of these are what I'm kind of used to seeing.
Let's see. All right, so he does play that. Cool. So I have a few options here. I can take, which allows his pawn to come forward, and that will make my knight quite uncomfortable. I can place it in the center, I think. I can just take as well. Yeah, okay. So I think I'll take, but I'm worried there might be like some trick here, because if there's a free pawn, there's no such thing as a free pawn. That's the first thing I need to make note of. He might even just push right forward. All right, I'm just gonna take. He's already taking me out of my comfort zone.
All right, so he does take the pawn, which is totally fine. And what we're going to do, like I said, is push by here and attack the knight. Now, he has the option to play bishop c5 and sacrifice the knight. We get some wild possibilities in that situation. Or a more kind of normal approach would be moving the knight back. Both of these would be fine. And then if you go here, the knight jumps over to g6. But like I said, this is where it gets super wild, because it's a piece sacrifice, but then black, gets to attack my king, and sometimes you take the rook, and it leads to chaos usually. So that'll be interesting if we see bishop c5 here.
Okay, let's push. So I didn't really think what I would do, but I think I saw this square right away, but it's very awkward, isn't it? I blocked my bishop in. Yeah. This, then this, here, then here. That's a reroute, but that does hang. I just understood the point of this move now, because here he's gonna take this pawn back. So I could move here, putting pressure on this, but it's currently defended. So no progress there. But is there a better place that I could put my knight? Is going back more sensible? So I could keep this bishop ready to go out. Okay. Is this silly? I don't think it's that silly. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. I expect this take. The reason I wanted to go back was because if I put my knight here, I'm gonna have to move the knight out of the way, then move this, then I'll get to castle. And by the time I do that, he's gonna get like everything out.
Okay, and he plays knight to b8. This is one of the good moves. And the reason you might consider going all the way back instead of going here is because here blocks the bishop. And this way, you can actually just reroute the knight over here later, and that's totally fine. And even though, you might say, well, he's not developing, He doesn't really have any weaknesses that I can take advantage of straight away. So that's actually totally fine. I don't really know the theory after this point. I think I'm just supposed to take the pawn. I am gonna just briefly consider if it makes sense to try any other like tricky kind of moves, like maybe going here with the idea that I can capture here, have some sort of a discovered attack. I don't really think that makes sense. He might even just play like f5. Maybe that would get a little tricky. Takes. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm just considering like what happens if this happens. Bishop e7. Could I play a move like d6 and cause him problems? Because if he takes with the bishop, then I go check and win the queen. So he would have to take with the pawn, which really jams things up. Oh yeah, and I could even play check at that point. Ooh, that's actually kind of a nice line. So let's think about this a little bit more. I wasn't gonna play this, but now I'm wondering if he plays f5, knight b to d2. If he takes, I don't know if I can get away with that. So maybe I would have to take here, but then on d6, I might have yeah, that's actually interesting. I think I'm going to play it. It just looks kind of tricky. The reason I'm hesitating so much is because I don't like blocking my bishop, and I don't like the fact that I haven't studied this, so I could be playing a move that's not so great, but I think I'm going to do it just because it looks like it might cause black some problems. And usually if I see an opportunity to make my opponent uncomfortable, I'm going to try to play it, right? Especially when you're a higher rated opponent playing against someone lower rated. Usually mixing it up, creating those kind of weird imbalances can benefit you. And that's what my logic is here. So we'll see how he's going to respond to this.
That'll be too much pressure. So I think I'll be looking to put the bishop here and then maybe push the pawn. Well, later, no rush. After a castle. I mean, I'm not in a rush to castle either, so bishop out, push. Maybe get this other bishop out as well. And also, I realize that when I make this push, and once I get this bishop out, I'll have a square here to put my knight. Yeah, actually, I have a few ideas here. This also, I didn't really realize puts pressure on this pawn with the knight. Okay, that's a move I didn't anticipate. Alright, so if I do move my knight out the way, that is a problem, isn't it? That comes with a check. Or is it? Is it that bad? Takes back with check. Bishop here. Okay, I have two options really, to either move my knight or try hold it. I only see one way of holding it. With f5. Is that really ideal? I have to be careful of this bishop as well, hitting my queen. But I can block the attack with my bishop. Huh. This knight can maybe actually, yeah, no, knight can't do that because wait, hold on, I'm holding this square. If I hold on to this knight, then I'm holding this square. So maybe f5. I don't know, I don't really see why that's so bad. If this knight moves out the way, I'm gonna have two problems though. I'm gonna have to move this knight because it could be kicked out by this pawn, but that's if he does play that. But one bigger problem is this check. Or is it? I could just push it here. I'm playing this.
Okay, so he does play f5 to defend that way. And now I'm thinking maybe we just take. Maybe we just take because this is a very real threat at this point. And he can't really move the knight to stop that because he walks into the discovered check here. So what move would he play? Bishop c5, check, g6, takes, check. I would just move somewhere, I think, and I'm probably pretty happy. There maybe is the idea of like, let's just say d6 here takes knight f6 to attack my queen. I would go back. And then what does he play? Rook g8. Yeah, maybe that's playable for black, but it still looks like it might be pretty good for me. Any other moves that I'm missing or that I should consider here? Knight b to d2. Takes. No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe that's actually possible. But I think he would just move his bishop or queen, and then yeah, I don't think I like that as much. So I think we want to go here. I'm pretty happy with the way that that looked, unless there's queen e7 also. And then I've checked here. Takes queen f7 is interesting. Queen e7. Okay, let's think about that. Yeah, the other thing about this is I'm walking into this discover check here. Okay, so yeah, maybe we actually wouldn't go queen h5 in that situation. Maybe we would play something else. Like what? Just defend my knight or something? Yeah, maybe queen e7 is a good move for him. Well, at this point, honestly, I'm kind of committed to this plan, so I'm going to go ahead and take the pawn. I do think queen e7 is probably a good move here for black. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So maybe I'll think about that for a moment here.
But I've just noticed one problem is that he can still take this. And now my knight will be pinned once this knight moves out of the way. So then I could end up losing that knight. But I think after this take, I'm gonna play bishop here to hit the knight and also give me a chance to castle. So then, yeah, this knight wouldn't be pinned. Yeah, I don't really have a clear idea of how I want to continue this game. So depending on what he plays next, I think then I'll start revolving some plans. Yeah, I would have expected that. So I see two ways of kicking this knight out. Three ways. Queen here, or bishop here. Oh, I could just push the pawn as well, but that does lock my bishop in here. Okay, well, what about this? Then this, I take, and he could discover a check here, maybe. Because I don't want to be in a situation where I play this and then I have to come back because of this. Wait, what am I talking about? I could just take that. Yeah, I think I could just take, I don't know. I think I've just confused myself, but this is the only sensible move, I think. Just develop a bishop. Is he going to try hold it like this? I think I'll be happy with that if he does that, because then I'll get an outpost in the center. But he can just play this and try trade it off. Also, if I put a bishop here, I can't push this pawn and free my bishop, I was going to say, but it doesn't look like my bishop could be freed this way anyway. I'll probably have to fee and kill this way. Alright, so we're going to play this.
Plays bishop d6. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, because I think it allows this move. So what is his idea here? He's going to play g6 and then bring the knight back probably. And then I just go queen h4. Maybe he goes check. I block somehow. I think I'm okay with that position. You play rook g8, and then we have to move what here? Rook g4. Is that a threat? Queen h6. Okay. Ooh, it could get pretty wild. Do I have any other moves? I think I have to go for this approach. Otherwise, black's position maybe g6 takes knight f6. You know what I could do? I could take here. I could take there, sack the piece for, yeah, I like that. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to go for the check. He's got to play g6, only move. If you move the king, it's checkmate. So g6, of course, we have to take. Otherwise, we're just losing. So nothing to think about there. Don't believe. g5 doesn't make sense. No, because there's a knight there. So it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so we have to take.
Oh, did I mess up? Check. Oh, no. Block, take. Wait, okay, hold on. Check, block, take. I can't take back because knight will be hanging. I mean, rook will be hanging. I won't even be able to castle because, wow, I think I just messed up. I might be able to wriggle out of it. Let's see. Let's see. Once it happens. Do I see any other block? I can't move my king. No, what am I talking about? That'll just be mate. Yeah. That is not nice. Shoot. I mean, I only have one response here. This is not a response either. I'm going to play this and this is going to be the obvious move.
And then he's got to find knight f6, which I don't know if he sees that or not. That's a kind of a tricky idea if you haven't seen it before. But we'll see. We'll see if he knows about this move. I think that's probably the only move for black here, because otherwise you've got some serious problems, right? I think you got to play. And the reason this works, guys, is because anywhere that I move my knight to, even if I take the rook, I'm losing my queen, right? So I would have to move the queen off of that check, which is kind of saves black's position. Now, I could still go to h4 and keep the pin so that I don't lose my knight. But then he doesn't have to worry about this, so he has time to like play rook g8, and then the game goes on. Or what I was just saying more recently is I would maybe just consider taking this, allowing this so that I could take here with the check, and the king goes over here. We have bishop h6, so the king would probably have to come up, but then bishop g5, and it looks scary for black. Yes, I'm down a piece, but I have 3 pawns for it, and I have a massive attack on the king. So I'm pretty happy with this. The problem with bishop d6 is like these guys now are stuck, and you can't easily develop. So that makes me feel very, very good.
Obviously, there's double threat. Hitting my rook, which when he moves, I mean, like, even if I move my rook, he's going to discover a check. I don't know. Should I just try counter here? But this is still a check, so I don't really dodge anything here. Because I was thinking maybe try set something up here, but... Alright, this take with check, move. This is mate. No, it won't be mate, but... There's this hanging, so I assume it... Yeah, so... Yeah, this is... If I try play this... Take with check, move, check. But I could block with check. This is a very awkward scenario. Or here, still check. No, I gotta place my queen here. Oh, what am I talking about? What? Oh, I'm not playing well. Okay, so I really only have one option here. Or move. Do I save a piece if I move? I'll just take... Honestly, I really don't know what to do, so I'm gonna try to counter or something. Like, the best defense in my scenario is offense, because I don't really have a defensive response to any of this. I could have put my knight here. Why am I seeing these moves after I make the move?
Okay, so he plays rook g8 right away. So my initial instinct is we just go here. If you go there, it's checkmate. If you go there, it's checkmate. So you have to play rook g6, only move, and then I'm still taking it. You could also take here, but that can't be as good as just the force. Can it? Oh, I think we have to play this. I'm just thinking, like, does it make sense to move the knight to a different square instead? Don't think so. Maybe you could argue this because I want to come down here after, and that's better, but I think this is probably just fine. I'm going to take the rook, right? I'm going to take the rook.
But what if I played this? Was there... What could he have done? This? No, he could have just moved up. Or moved all the way up. Discover check, yeah. Oh, did I just get mated, bro? Oh. Block takes again. If I move up, this is mate. If I move here, this is mate. Oh, man. Check. Nah, man. Not like this. Not like this. Yeah, why didn't I just play this? I don't know why I didn't see that attacking the queen. Weird that I missed that. I mean, let's see what we got here.
Okay, so he does take, does block with the rook. I could take these, but I'm just going to take the rook. I think we just take the pawn. Let's see. Does it make sense to do that instead? If I could play bishop g5, maybe, but since I can't, I don't believe so. So we just take here.
If I don't get any, like, chance of countering, then I'm just going to resign, but Yeah, I think there's a mate coming anyway. Like, check. If I move, I'm going to move to any of these dark squares, then this bishop's going to come and check me. Or here. So there's no really real escape. This actually, at least I could hold up. But then I can't put my queen here. There's this check. Which forces me back up here anyway. That was bad.
Here runs into bishop h6. So I think he's got to play king e7. And I might force a bunch of trades and just be happy with my material advantage. Or just take this and then hunt the king that way. Actually looks, honestly, probably better. Something like that could be interesting to try. Oh, yeah. Okay, so if I go check, he goes here. I play bishop e2, threatening bishop h5. I guess he could stop that. Could play bishop e2 straight away. Then the queen can come over and the king can actually run and hide. Yeah. So maybe I do just take here. Threatens the knight. Also, if the knight moves, we have bishop g5. What would he play? I don't know, but that doesn't look good for black. So yeah, I think we just take this.
Nope, he doesn't. Yeah, just takes the free pawn. All right, I'll just resign.
All right, so we just decided to play a new game since that one's pretty much over. Kind of a quick game, so we're going to do a rematch and see if he can do a little better with white and maybe not fall into, you know, kind of the... It wasn't really a trap, but it was just a bad start there at the beginning.
Cool, yeah, we're gonna get a rematch. That was poor from me. All right, I'm white this time. Let's go for e4. All right. Scotch. At least I got something I recognize here. Take back.
All right, guys, so here we go. We're playing again. I'm black this time, and we'll see how this game goes. Let me just play e5. Get a pawn out there. Let's play knight c6. Defend. He's going to play the Scotch. Okay, so I'm going to take it. And I really don't like playing against the Scotch, but we're gonna do our best here. I think I'll go with the main line here of just bishop c5 attacking the knight.
Okay. Develop the bishop. Probably a queen move here. And then I'll push the pawn. Yeah, so push the pawn.
And he does go for bishop e3. I believe queen f6 is the move. So let me just stick with the main line here with what I can remember. Yep, c3. And I'm pretty sure the main line is like here, but I think queen g6 is one of those kind of sidelines where you would just attack this way directly and put pressure here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play that. And see if we can take him out of his comfort zone a little bit. You know, even though you say, oh, you're 2,200, he's 1,500, you have 700 points difference. If you play an opening that he's played like a bunch of times, you can still lose, right? You can still fall into a trap. You can make a mistake. You can definitely lose. So kind of like step one is like try to like steer the game into like a unknown territory for both of us, right? So that I can then hopefully outplay him in what happens after that, right? Because I've beaten grandmasters before when they play like a certain line that I've just studied and I know like exactly what Stockfish says to play, right? So like a lot of the times grandmasters will steer me out of that by playing something random, and that's a smart choice, right? So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do here. Like I'm pretty sure 97 is the main move, but I'm not playing that. I want to play something different.
All right, this line. All right, this was in a game. I had this in a game in one of my recordings. So this fork here, how are we gonna deal with it? I don't remember how the engine suggested I deal with it. I think knight move here holds this. All right, I mean the bottom line is I need to castle, and to castle I need to get this bishop out. But if I get this bishop out, I lose this pawn. So if I put my queen at this is defended, right? So it's cool. But then is there this? Like, can he play this? I mean, this is the only thing that's hanging. I just defend it, right? Yeah, I'm just going to defend that. I think I kind of just overthought that.
All right, so he defends the pawn, which I think is pretty normal. I believe we can just go here. Maybe knight f6 also is a move just to attack directly. I do have to consider what happens here, because if I just take back, I lose a piece. So what I would have to do is take here first. So it's important that he doesn't have any in-between knight moves. And I don't think he does, because I would be able to trade and the game would go on, and that I think is fine. So yeah, I believe knight to f6 is a playable move in this position. I'm going to go ahead and play it. Very tricky position. I do have to be careful, but I believe I've seen this before, and I think this is okay.
Take. So we're cool there. Yeah, maybe queen move in the future. But I am worried about this knight. I don't think I've ever had someone play this early though. I think that's why I'm kind of confused. It's definitely a line. Yeah, so more pressure on this. And then if I try to defend like this, then this falls. Well, if I just push it forward, just takes. If I take here, I suspect this capture would happen. And then I take back double pawns in the center. And let's say he takes back this way. So he's got double pawns as well, but mine are double isolate pawns. I just want to be able to castle. That's all I care about, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that off. I can't just hold it like this though. There's also this, a nice and simple solution. Doesn't look like a safe one, if I'm being honest, because it opens up this dark square diagonal if I do end up castling. But yeah, I'm going to push.
All right, f3. So he's shutting down this, but he does create a weakness here. I don't know that we can take advantage of that at the moment, but I am going to keep an eye on that guy. Castling. Ooh, castling's risky, because then after takes, there's knight e7 check. That's a blunder, I think. I think castling's a blunder. So don't believe we should do that. What about d5? What's the idea? He takes me, I take back, and I'm pressuring that bishop. Also lets this out, which I like. If he takes here, we still have the same trick. We take here. 95, we trade, move our queen somewhere, game goes on. I think that's okay. If he pushes, I take. Don't see any dangerous in between moves with the knight. We have that trade. So I think d5 is what I want to play. What about bishop b5? Well, that could be kind of interesting here. Oh, that would lead to just total chaos. But if I wanted to sort of bail out, I could play bishop d7 and be fine. Knight e5 trade. Already getting super tricky, but I feel like d5 is the move that I have to play. I just feel like I have to do it. So I believe it works tactically. Let's go ahead. Hopefully I didn't make an error there in my calculation. But this, on a principled matter, this is kind of the move I need to play. Since I can't castle because it's a blunder, I've got to get the pieces out. I've got to put pressure on the center. Maybe we castle this way. Maybe at some point I will trade to relieve the tension here and then just castle. That probably seems like a good idea as well.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm in a tangle here. I was seeing that I can put up a queen here to hold this, because I'm like, then I could move my bishop. Why didn't I just Fianchetto? Yeah. Oh, I just made things quite difficult for myself. I don't think I would have actually got the opportunity though, because if my knight was in there and he took, after this move, I have to move my rook and then this, right? Or maybe bring my knight back. No, this is a bit. I find this position quite complicated. Yeah, now that my king's in the center, I think he's just going for an attack. Try open the center up. I was thinking I might bail out for a queenside castle, but I can't even do that. Look at this queen. Center starts being opened up. There's no way I'm surviving. Take, take, take. Isolated pawn. What about a knight move here that hangs the bishop? And then I could have rerouted here. Yeah, this trade's going to happen. But then I get to hit the queen here. But for what reason? But then I do have this diagonal for a check. Or it can just be blocked like 2 ways. I'm not even considering taking there. No, I just can't take that, can I? I'm going to move here. Try to hold this pawn. And also, if I really need to, I can castle queenside. But I also see that this queen's on this rank here. Again, trying to hold this piece. So if I move my knight out the way or something, this will be defended. And then I can finally free my bishop.
Okay, he plays queen to c2. Not a move that was on my radar. But he's, I guess, maybe wants to castle this way and is defending the pawn. Okay, interesting. So let's start with the obvious. Capture, what? Bishop g4. Or captures and castle. Does trading benefit me? I mean, it opens up this diagonal. It also opens up this diagonal, which I kind of like the idea of being able to stop the castling. I don't like that. And then I have options to go either way still. If I castle now, I still run into that issue. It's a blunder. Yeah, that fork is so annoying, so I still can't castle. We trade this first. Not out of the question. I think I want to take. I even could open up opportunities to do the knight in here. Yeah, I think I wanted to get rid of that because this g4 square looks like it's kind of important. Looks like it's kind of important. I guess you could take with the knight too, but then takes. I'm pretty happy with that. If he takes with the queen after that, all that stuff. Let's see. How do I feel about that endgame? Bishop to g4 takes. That's still okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's take. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. I'm expecting he takes with a pawn, but he might decide to try to trade. And actually on here, I would no. Can I even consider something like takes here? Man, there's so many options. So many options in this position.
All right, takes. I think I'll go for the knight take. Just have to be careful of tactics because I'm not sure if the first game's going to make it into the video, but I made back-to-back blunders basically. Silly mistakes, but let's just calculate this nice and clearly. Take. The obvious response will be to take back that way. I might just trade the queens off on an isolated pawn. Either way, I'm going to end up with a pawn that's isolated, I feel. Which is not always bad, to be honest. And I can't really tell when it's bad or good, to be fair. Or I could just take with the pawn. But one thing I should pay attention to is that it opens this file here. So maybe he could somehow stop me from castling. But I do have this knight move. Take. Surely he can't take with the knight because I just lose a piece now. Yeah. So I think just take. Oh wait, hold on. Do I have a bad knight? Would I call this a bad knight? Because if I do take, I do have the square, which holds the center even better. Or if I do have a bad knight, I'll just ask for a trade. I'm going to go for the pawn take.
Okay, he does capture with the pawn. And like I said, it opens up this square, which I think is kind of a big deal. So bishop g4 seems like a super obvious move. Stops castling, develops the piece. I can castle this way if I need to. You know what's interesting about castling this way? There's still that idea of a fork. That is so fascinating. That is so fascinating. So maybe I do have to trade that annoying knight just to get rid of this idea. I don't have to do it right now, but something I'm thinking about. Okay. I could also move the knight, actually. So that he doesn't have the option to take. That's another idea. Doesn't have the option to pin it anymore. We have c6. Knight e5. There's no f4 that I have to worry about, so maybe that's an interesting move. Then I could castle if I want. And what would he play against this? There's knight f5, but we just trade. I'm pretty happy with my position there. What about, let's see, queen here or bishop there? I have c6. Pretty happy with that. We're going to get castled. We're going to be able to use the rook quickly. Now, the only thing is it does allow him to castle, which bishop g4 stops. Now, there is h3. I go back, and then he castles. If I go here at g4, I would have to sack a piece. Don't really love that. So here, castles is probably the most likely thing that would happen. Yeah, interesting. Then we get opposite side castling. Wild game still. Knight could jump to g4. Bishop could go to g4 with a tempo gain. I kind of like that. Yeah, so I'm really leaning towards knight e5 here. Primarily because I want to castle. And if I take, I have to give up the bishop pair and give him this pretty strong center. If I take this way, I'm losing a tempo. I don't love that. Knight e5 it is.
Maybe should have taken this way. Also would have freed. Yeah. I don't know why I see my errors after. I had a minute 43 to think of this. If I take this way, it would have also kept this square as well. So then, again, I would have stuck to the original plan of developing my bishop and castle him. This way, I would have had the rook on open file too. Interesting. Also need to pay attention to this bishop. Oh, wait a second. Was I about to blunder? Wait, no. I could just take that. Or can I? Damn, if I took with the knight, bishop pins my knight to my queen. And if I try to trade that off, takes this way, and I could move back and take. So I guess it was all fine. Okay. Advance to the knight. Should I just castle queenside? I would like to play this, but this is still a problem. You know what if I let him take? And then I castle queenside. And then bring rooks in. I actually probably don't want to do that. We'll just probably take her. Or what if this, and then I just let him take? Then I could pin that knight, no? No, I can't, not anymore. Or what if I move here, trying to dislodge this, and then go for this? This doesn't hang this, right? I'm trying to be really careful because I feel like I'm on a landmine right now.
Okay, bishop f4, not a move that I considered. So he does get out of this and attacks my knight. Maybe he wants to take that pawn. I don't know that I care about the pawn that much. Interesting. Okay, so, well, let's go down the list. Knight to g4, h3. I move where? Back here? Seems kind of weird. Kind of awkward. Or I leave the knight there. I just sack a piece. Not out of the question. Queen h5. We defend. Then we walk into bishop e2. Bishop g4 looks fine. So maybe that's an idea. It also stops castling. I do lose the threat on the g2 pawn. Not that I'm really going to take that anyway. I mean, maybe I'll take it. I don't know. Bishop d6 seems kind of passive and defensive. I don't like the look of that, but I could play it if I had to. Very interesting move. I'm kind of leaning towards queen h5. Here. Takes. And the game goes on, but I think I'm pretty happy with that position. I don't really like just moving this knight. Seems like a good square, so that's why I'm leaning towards the defensive option. It's too bad I don't have a rook that I could use. But yeah, queen h5. Okay, let's make sure it's not a blunder. Check. I have c6. Check here. Takes. Check. That's an interesting line, but I could just move. I think we're okay. Okay. Anything else that white might try? No. Talked about that. Takes. He could move. No, then this is... yeah, I think it's okay. Let's go queen h5.
Also, my idea of pinning might not work though. Because, I don't know, let's say just play something. And then I play this. Assuming that he will take. And then I try pin. Take. And then this bishop comes. Breaking the pin basically. Because I was calculating that this knight holds it square. So the bishop can't break the pin. But he's probably going to give up the bishop pair to break the pin. And he'll be up a pawn. Wait, but I have a double attack. Right, nice defense. There's this check as well. See here, take. What, knight here? Is he just gonna trade queens? Really going for that pawn, huh? But now this is not attack, by the way. Also, I don't know why I didn't realize I have a check here. Don't know if it does anything for me, but there is a check here. This, take, check would have worked if this knight wasn't here. But if I trade, take, check. Oh, he could just block this way. It doesn't really have to do this whole pawn pushing business. Take. No, I actually can't. I have my queen hitting that. This, check. Here. Take. Wait, you can't even do this check. If I put a knight here. Oh, I am clueless. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm just playing this. I don't know. I spent too long there. But I do have a check here if I... Like, but I assume he's probably just gonna trade this off. This is... yeah, I don't know where to go from here.
Wait, knight f5. So there's a fork. We could castle. I mean, we could take it. Takes. And our knight is hanging. Then we could castle. If he takes me, I bring the rook over. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah, the reason I kind of like taking it is because I'm taking my bishop that's not doing anything on the back rank here, trading it for a pretty powerful knight. And then, yes, we have a threat here, but if I can get away with castling in that position, takes rook over, that looks extremely good. How does he defend that guy? You'd have to use the knight, maybe? No, I've got to have some nice move there, right? I just have to. So, yeah, that looks good. Now, castling... Oh, castling, I just lose the knight. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. Okay. We could jump here. That's a move. No, then we get fork. Yeah, I think we got to take it. I don't think there's a question here. I don't think there's a question. Let's take that.
Also, this is now hanging. So interesting one. Take. I can take right away, right? Check. Come back. Still lose the pawn. So I think we just take that. Can't take back just yet. This. Check. This. Why was I calculating that he could take? I have a. Yeah. Actually, I just realized I can't even cast a queen side now because of this queen. But if he does do something like that, then I'll get an opportunity to cast a queen side. We just take that. I don't know why I'm overthinking.
And now there is a question. There's a couple questions. Do I just castle? And if so, which way? And then, oh, is he thinking about taking this? Interesting. I can't believe that would be good, but maybe it's a possibility. I didn't consider that. I didn't consider that at all. That must be what he's thinking about, though. Okay, so yeah. No, but I take here and I take here. No, it doesn't work. When he goes there, I castle. What, does it work? Wait a minute. Takes. Bishop d3. No, it doesn't work. Takes f5. No, he can't do that. He has to take. Okay. So he takes me. And then the question is, which way do I castle? If I want to sack the piece. Bring a rook over. Probably would be nice to have both rooks lined up. So that's probably the way I would do it. Castle this way. Bishop e2, we just take it. Knight f3. Oh, knight f3. We almost could sack the queen. Almost. It's basically checkmate except for bishop e2. That is so close, but it's not. Okay. But still, knight here, we just attack. We just attack it. That's what we do. And then he could castle or something, but no, he can't. He can't castle in that situation. Yeah, he could play like bishop e2. But then we just take. Yeah, that's got to be the way, right? I just can't get over the fact that I want both of my rooks to just be lined up here, even at the cost of a piece. But we're going to get the piece back straight away. So I got to just believe that this is the right move. I have to believe that.
All right, castle's queenside. Wait, this is hanging, but is this a trap? Something's fishy here. Something's very fishy. I don't see it. There's one check here which can be blocked. I'm taking. Oh, I get pinned. That's why. But yeah, all right.
Okay, he is going to take it, which a bit surprising, but I guess you had to do something. So I'm going to bring the rook over, and this is one of those moves that I don't even think I need to think about really, because I know for sure this is what I want to play. I just know for sure. And now, after he defends is when I'll start thinking about exactly what I'm going to do, because he can defend, but I mean, worst case scenario, I just keep attacking it and win back my piece. Best case scenario, I find a checkmate or something really nice.
Can I play this though? I don't know. Yeah, I get pinned. If I play this, what's happening here? Oh, I can't even castle this way. I can't castle this way because of these. I think it's worth giving up a piece for literally having my king paralyzed in the center. I think we just try to hold it though. That's the only option I have. Or do I hold it this way? We go this way because if I put it here, I assume the pawn's just going to kick me out. And then maybe put my bishop here.
Okay, he does play knight f3. Like I showed you guys, it almost is checkmate, but he just blocks, so it doesn't quite work out for me. Let's see. If I sack, no, there's no tricks. So knight to g4, I think is what I want to do here. He still can't castle because this rook, which is nice. If he plays something like bishop e2, I take. He takes. I take. He's pinned. That's great. I'm going to win that position for sure. If he plays h3, that doesn't do anything. If he tries to defend, that doesn't do anything. I just take it and then probably f6 or something to take advantage of that. Okay. Guess there's bishop a6, but no, that can't be good. There's no way that can be good. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the move. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Bishop d6. It's like a not as good version of this one, right? Okay. Knight to g4. And white still has the problem of the king being stuck in the center. You can't castle. Your bishop's about to get captured, and it's not looking good.
All right, so putting further pressure on my knight here, my bishop here. I don't know why I'm confusing them. There's also a threat of this, I think, or this check, actually. Yeah, I think there is. There's a big threat there. I'll be forced to move up. If I play this though, this check, I could move here, no? What about this? Is this crazy? That is a fork. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I have a minute. I think I want to play this then. Take. I don't really have time. I'm just going to play this. If this check, I could just escape here. I think. Then there's this check actually. Well, no, because I'll take that. But yeah, I'm just trying to set up some sort of discovery here. I think that's my best bet. Take, that discovers an attack, and I don't know where I'm going from there.
Oh, and I just noticed I actually have a secondary threat of something like bishop here, check, or knight there, or knight there. Those are also threats now, separate from just taking the bishop back, which that move might even be better depending on what he plays. Like, oh yeah, like on bishop e2, check, fork, we win the queen. Now, is that better? I don't know. They both look really good, but that's something I'm going to keep in mind. Also, this move and then snagging this pawn looks pretty great. And Volt's chess has coming up on 1 minute. So it's not a good position to be in with 1 minute on the clock. Yeah, okay. So takes, I'm happy with. But is this even better? I'm giving up 2 pieces to win the queen. Opposed to, I don't have any material advantage, but I have this annoying pin and he can't castle. You could play king f1. Then I take here. Yeah, maybe I will just take the queen, honestly. Maybe I'll just take the queen. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the queen. I think it's it's good enough. So let me just go ahead with that line.
I don't know. I still have my I still have the knight advantage, but my king is like really badly placed. It's literally paralyzed. So I need to get my king safe somehow, and it's not possible in the center of the board. And I can't castle because of this rook. I can't castle because of this bishop, and now I can't castle at all. Yeah, I think we just got to move there. Oh, I didn't see that fork. Yeah. Oh, that's curtains. You got me again. Yeah. All right.
There's the fork. And let's just see any other moves. No, we'll go ahead. Take the queen. You have the attack on the rook. And he still has pieces here that are in danger, which is also... Yeah, there's just so much happening here. And you can see, like, when your king's stuck in the center like that and all the pieces are lined up, there's just going to be a tactic. I don't even know if I found the best one, but there's going to be something that shows up, right?
Maybe this. Do I grab this knight if I play that? No, I lose this. But no, I'm attacking the queen. I mean, I only have this piece hanging. Do I really need to make this any more complicated than it needs to be? If I just attack this knight, can I force it away somehow? I have a minute. Let's just move.
All right, so he saves the rook, attacks the knight. Which is trapped, but I can defend and also create a counter threat on the bishop, which looks great. I don't even think I need to really consider anything else. That looks fantastic. So let me do that. So we defend, and we also threatening this because of the pin here.
Definitely a nice tactic, though. I did not see the fork. Oh, yeah, that would have also held this as well. But now, yeah, I'm pinned for sure now. And I can't take that. Yeah, defends and takes a pawn. Can I play this? No. This is gone as well. It's all falling apart. Yeah. I guess I'll just try to save my king however much I could.
I have to get the door. I will be right back. Hopefully I don't lose on time.
He's thinking about the most amazing way to finish me off.
All right, that was bad timing, but we still have some time on the clock, so we should be fine. So rook there, he's trying to just get his king to safety, I guess. But I think we just grab the bishop now, right? Still will have thread here, so he can't really run. And unless I'm missing some tactics, let's something like this. Still, I have quite the material advantage. Yeah, I think this is the move. I wonder if there's any merit to that. No, I don't think we need to get fancy. I think we can just take the bishop.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that he was giving up that knight because he knew my king was very unsafe. Yeah, he just let me take that castled queenside. Anticipated me, I guess, trying to protect this, so he could take over. I mean, I don't know if he anticipated that, but castles with an active rook, king in the center, all of this business. Yeah, I know his clock is at 1 minute 40, but you know these title players, they could feel like literally finish an endgame with like 3 seconds on the clock. Plus it's 15-second increments. Take. There might be a fancy pin here. No, wait, I can't even take. Whoa, it's not looking good. Move. This is hanging. Take. What do I do? I don't know, man. I'm still fighting on though.
Okay, let's see. We can go here because the knight is pinned. King goes back. I don't know what my follow-up would be. Or maybe a simpler move is just move my knight here and just trade everything off, right? That seems pretty straightforward. Rather than getting too fancy with it, let's just do that.
7 points down. I'll give myself one more piece to lose. If I lose another piece, I'm playing for the sake of playing at this point because I know there's no way I'm coming back. But yeah, if he gives me another haymaker, I'm just gonna resign. Rook here, maybe. Don't have time. I assume he's just gonna trade this off.
The fork forces some trades. And rook e1. Yeah, we would even have a check if we need it. Yeah, maybe just check. He is going to play that. Oh, this is check too, though. So he's forced to recapture. Yeah, then we just trade everything. This might even be better because of the checkmate here. Yeah, okay. I think that's even better, actually. We'll go check here.
Yeah, probably should have just put my rook on the e file to begin with, on e1. That was another mistake as well. But, you know, because my position was so bad, the engine's probably going to say this was an inaccuracy. Check. Move back, probably trades. Oh, and is there a mate coming? Yeah, there is. You got me.
Yeah, if he goes that way, it's checkmate. Okay, that's checkmate. There you go. So, I mean, I don't think he had any good moves, but this one I see right here. So, good game to vaults, or good games, I should say. We're going to do a quick analysis of the games. I'll post that video on his, or I think he's going to post that video on his channel. I'll link that video in the description. Big thank you to Volts Chess for the games, and hope you guys learned something. I'll see you next time. Stay sharp, play smart, and take care.